I'm here to chew bubblegum and do this commish report. And I'm all out of bubblegum. What's going on? It's the week 3 commish report. I'm going to be going over week 3 scores, waiver wire activity, and how the standings are looking as of now. First game, we got Nobel Peace Prize versus Turd Ferguson. Nobel Peace Prize getting the win 122.7 to 111.6. Nobel Peace Prize of 46.5 out of Drew Brees. I remember when someone said he was a dumpster pick, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Who knows? Maybe I'm just making things up. And then Turd Ferguson, he had some consistency with Adam Thielen 24.5 and McCaffrey 21.4. Saquon with 22.7. But other than that, the team just kind of took a nosedive in. That puts Turd Ferguson at 1 and 2. All right, next up we got Dan Highland versus the Wizard of Hajj. The Wizard of Hajj pulling out the win 98 to 94.3. This game was just a shit show all around. It's probably going to be one of these two teams flirting with the old PIO. But for now, Mr. Highland gets this. Yikes. Not looking pretty. Highland with 29 points out of Deshaun Watson, but other than that, didn't really get a whole lot for him. And then besides Odell Beckham getting 19.9 for Nas and Alex Collins getting 16.4, not too hot either. And actually, let me just double check your benches real quick. Oh my God, Highland, you had Matt Ryan, 50.2 points. Wow, if you would have started him, you would have won. Who knew? Wow. On to the next game. All right, next up, we got the Luckless Monsters versus Team Stank. Team Stank pulling out the W 139.5 to 123.5. Team Stank getting Todd Gurley 24.6, pretty solid. Isaiah Crowell with another good game, 19.1. Sammy Watkins 18.5, pretty solid there. And then for the Luckless Monsters, Carlos Hyde with 24.3, and then Jarvis Landry with 20.3. Other than that, you could have started Jared Goff, getting you 31.6 and gotten you the W, Sadami, but now you're 0-3. Yeesh. All right, Sadami, even if you did start Jared Goff, you still would have lost by 0.4, but the point still remains. You lost, you're 0-3. And now you're going a little PIO-ing. All right, next up, we got Prison Mike Evans versus Kamara's brown cousin Julio. These are probably the two best teams in the league, so this is a heck of a matchup. Prison Mike Evans getting the W, though, 152.1 to 127.3. Ryan Fitzpatrick putting up 31.1, probably a good call over putting Aaron Rodgers in. And then Mike Evans getting Brown 25.7, pretty solid. And then Juju Smith-Schuster getting him 20.6. For mids other than Alvin Kamara getting him 34 points, which is pretty solid, and then Travis Kelce getting him 19.4. Didn't put much of a showing, and that cost him his first L. All right, next up we got Team Chip versus Team Abo. Team Chip getting the W 146.7 to 138.5. Abo, no one that did particularly bad or particularly good, besides Cam Newton getting him 33.6. So it's unfortunate, Abo. You probably would have beaten someone else in the league if you were playing him, but you had to play Team Chip, so that's the way it's just got to be sometimes. And then from Team Chip, he got 146.7. Of course, Patrick and my homies getting 31.3. And then Michael Thomas getting 22.9. And Will Fuller getting him 21.1. So not a bad showing for Chip. And that puts him at 2-1. Probably wondering what I'm eating, aren't you? Yeah, aren't you, you little nosy little fucker? Let's take a look at the waiver wire action for this week. Brad dropping Jimmy Garoppolo. Makes sense. Towards ACL. Out for the season. Chip dropping TJ Yeldon. Probably because Leonard Fournette's back. And he got Karan Johnson instead. And I think he got the first line 100-yard 100-yard rushing running back since like 1920 something. I mean, I don't know the fucking year. I don't know the stat. You get my point though. So, and then Brown dropping Marlon Mack for Mike Williams, hoping Mike Williams gets another 60-yard bomb from Rivers. So maybe that's the reason he picked him up. And then Sadami dropping the Broncos, 9 the Packers. I'm assuming that's because they're playing Buffalo next week, even though Buffalo tore it up against the Vikings, but whatever. And then Brad adding Andy Dalton. Curious how that's going to work out for him. I don't know who he has at quarterback, but curious how that plays out nonetheless. And then Brad once again dropping Corey Clement. I'm curious of why he did that. And he added John Brown. Did John Brown tear it up last week? Let's take a gander. He did pretty well, 13.6. I can see the argument. And Corey Clement, what did he do? 10.5? I don't know, a little controversial. Maybe you want to pick him up. And then the Mins just went back to dropping Dalton, and then he decided to go with the Seattle D. Okay, going on based on historical stats. Oh, and they got 14 points against Dallas last week. So, okay, I see your argument there, Mins. Let's take a quick look at the standings here. Prison Mike Evans and Nobel Prize sitting pretty here at 3-0. Kamara's brown cousin Julio not looking too bad at 2-1, along with Team Stank and Team Chip. Both big wins for them this week. And Team Apple put up a lot of points, but unfortunately sitting at 1-2. And Turd Ferguson struggled this week, sitting at 1-2. And then Class of 09 not looking too fine there. Nas 1-2, but he got the W this week, so he's redeeming himself a bit. And then the Luctus Monsters sitting at 0-3, and Dan Highland sitting at 0-3 as well. You three just want to fight for the old PIO? Guess we'll find out. I mean, we're a quarter of the way through the season, so anything can happen. This is the Commish report. I'll see you all next week.